Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys, Andy here from Bigmeks Workshop and Painting Studio, and today we're talking about some Lord of the Rings Morannon Orcs from the Pelennor Field set. Really nice models. Doing a batch paint job on these guys, as you can see, making a good start. We've already got a base coat of Israeli sand by Vallejo, getting a nice, decent base coat on there. So a really nice little colour. And because these are using a lot of browns and different colour schemes, that's why I've decided to go for that. Save a little bit of time of painting the cloth work. So to start off on the armour, it's Games Workshop's LEADBELCHER. Doing that across all the armour, all the blade, all that sort of stuff. You're going to be seeing different models as we go through, because there's a lot of different figures in there, and so I just wanted to show you how I painted all 36 of these guys, because it's a massive amount of models to get through. So the next colour we're going to work with is DRYAD bark, and that's going across all of the woodwork, some of the leatherworks maybe, you know, just anything what sort of strikes you out as that colour would fit for. And as always, get a nice smooth coat on there. I'm trying to be fairly neat. I'm trying to reduce the amount of effort as much as possible, because this is a batch paint job, and the entire point is to make these nice, but a decent paint job what's really efficient. So next working with Mayhem Red by Scale 75. Now you could easily replace this with Corn Red. You get a similar sort of colour tone to it. I will be going back and rectifying some of the areas what's currently red. I think I went a little bit over the top and placed some red where the silver should have been. So the leatherwork is going to be RHINOX hide, and as you can see, loads of little straps and all kinds of nice little details knocking about. The hair is sort of in the Lord of the Rings films, kind of lank and black, and really generally it's not very nice. So I'm going to black out the hair work, and again, any of the areas where you think black would be more suited to. So once we've got the most of the base colours down, I'm go through painting all the different skin tones. So I use 5 different skin colours for the orcs. If you look at the orcs in the films, they're all different colours. Now this guy was done in Ryla green, but I'm also giving you a list of all the different colours what I use for the different skin tones. So I've got Orcish Dermis, Walnut, BRAINEATER AZURE, and also MISFITS green as well. So as you can see, I'm doing a fairly thin coat on this. I want to get a nice coverage of the detail, but it's got, you know, so multiple thin coats, all that sort of good stuff. So once the skin work's been done, I'm going to add a bit of trim. Now I chose to use gold. You'd be just as well off using a copper or a bronze look. I thought the gold just stands out really nicely against the rest of the very dull colours. Once everything's gone down, they're going to be quite dark. So that was done in Retributor armour. So we're I'm going to wash the entirety of the kit apart from the face work with a mixture of AGRAX Earthshade and Nuln Oil. And the reason I do this is because the AGRAX Earthshade obviously gives you a nice dirty look, but the Nuln Oil, it gives you a really good depth of colour, especially across any of the armour plates and such. So it gets a nice dirty effect, but also gives you really emphasises the details on the armour. So now I'm going back over the top of the armour, any of the silver work blades, that sort of thing, with a highlight of dry brushed Iron Breaker, and that's going to just start to really lift that colour. It's going to clean up the armour a little bit, but we're trying to keep it quite dirty. So if you do go over a little bit strong, just try and take it back a little bit, try and rub some of the paint off. And now I'm going back over the top again with chrome. Again, just keeping it really gentle. We want this armour to look quite scruffy looking. I mean, they are Orcs, they're not the cleanest of races, and they're definitely not going to look after their equipment particularly well. Now, the thing about the Orcs is they've got reasonable detail on the face, but there's not a hell of a lot. It's not really built in well, but they are one-piece kits, so you get a hell of a lot of models for your money. So painting the face is getting really good quality finish on it. It's quite tricky. Anyway, going on back onto the clothing, these are Morannon Orcs, and they tend to have a lot of red. So this is MIPHISTON red going back over the top of all the Mayhem after the varnish and everything, and it's going to just really bring out the initial highlights. I'm just going to try and brighten it all up a little bit, and just to add some nice extra touches with a bit of WAZDAKKA red. It's going to, again, that's going to neaten everything up a little bit more. It's going to brighten them up before you put a final highlight over the top. And what we're going to get here is a very quick and easy colour scheme, but what works really, really nicely. So a final highlight now is going to be with Evil Sunz SCARLET. As you can see, it's quite vibrant colour, so you don't need to go over the top. If you do find it's a little bit overpowering, you can always just tone it back down with the darker shades, or maybe a little bit of a wash, and that's going to just tie it all together again, and you're going to get a much more muted highlight. So I'm just throwing a few more line highlights with that Evil Sunz, just to brighten up those colours a little bit. So now I'm going back over the clothing with the Israeli sand. I'm just going to neaten up any the areas where the overall wash didn't want to be. So we're just neatening things up a little bit now, and after that we're going to start to highlight the clothes up. Still looking scruffy, still looking dirty, but we're going to have a much neater finish to it. So I've added a little bit of off-white into the Israeli sand. I'm just starting to just throw some nice gentle highlights around. It's leaving some of the basic colours showing through, some of the wash showing through, and this is just going to make things look a lot more interesting and start to bring the unit together as a whole. And now a final highlight with the off-white, just on the most raised sections, maybe a little bit extra down the high points on the legs and such. It's just, but you want to be leaving some of the darker colours through to show through, so it doesn't want to look like a white set of robes. After you've done all this, you could always go down with a little bit of weathering, some weathering powders, just to dirty them up again. As like I said, they're Orcs, so going dirty is definitely a good option for you. But I chose not to. So now we're just going to do a quick highlight on all the leatherwork. This is DOOMBULL brown. It's going to tie all the leatherwork together. You're going to have a nice highlight because it does match the reds nicely, but it also is a different enough colour just to make the leatherwork just stand out that little bit more. And there you have it, guys. That is the Lord of the Rings Battle of Pelennor Fields Morannon Orcs. Now, these are nice models, actually. Really nice, considering the single or two-part models were just, very much push fit. So the detail works pretty good, considering. Obviously, there's some flaws in there, but I think overall they're not bad for the amount of models you get. Now, as you can imagine, painting 36 of these is tiresome, so batch painting is definitely the way to go with these guys, because you don't want to be spending too much time on something you've got 30 odd of. So this is the end result I went for, nice and easy, which is why it's a nice short video. And there you go. Thank you for watching this. As always, got some thank yous to make, so huge thank yous to our patrons and all you guys for watching as well. So if you do like this sort of video, just check us out on Patreon. We do all kinds of videos, and we try to release every week at least one video. So massive thanks to the old boys, Matt, Ludwig Hofbauer, D-Wack, Mark, Dave, Tom, Spiky Dude, Warren, Ben, and White Metal Games. You're our top paying Patreons, so thank you to you guys. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. You guys help keep the lights on and also help us supply extra models as well. So also thanks to Element Games and The Outpost. You guys are our affiliate links. Check the links in the description. They're your standard local friendly gaming centres. And they get you 15 to 20% off all your hobby supplies. We use them extensively. If you use our affiliate link, we also get a bit of a kickback from you guys, which really does help as well, because it gives us even cheaper models to be able to help you guys and show some more videos and get us more footage. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and we shall catch you in the next one. Ta-ra!